How you doing, guys? It's Bruno at BWS TT. Hopefully you're watching this video because you've just bought a new TT or you're thinking of buying one. Now, over the years I've done lots of videos on how-to guides, hints and tips, and showcasing other people's vehicles and what they've done. But to get you started, here's 10 things that you need to know about your new Audi TT. So the Audi TT can go wrong. Yeah, it can break down, and if you're unfortunate enough that that's the case and you need to get towed, if you have a Quattro Audi TT, there is something that you definitely need to know. The way that the front wheels and the rear wheels are linked is via a system called the Haldex. Now that is basically a wet clutch, which the ECU can tell it how much or how little to engage. Now if you were to tow this with just the front wheels up on a dolly and the rear wheels dragging behind, you'd be creating a lot of pressure through that system, but only on one side of it. So you're going to wear out the clutch plates in the Haldex. So you should always tow them 4 wheels on the ground or get a flatbed. Tyre pressures vary depending on your use, depending on the size of the wheels that you've got on there, and depending on how much luggage you've got, the style of driving that you're doing, and things like that. But Audi give you recommendations what they think it should be given different conditions. So let's show you how to check that. So we're simply going to open the fuel filler cap, and we're going to have a look on here. We've got different PSIs for different situations. If you've got different tyre size, then you're going to need to do a little bit of research on how to adjust that accordingly. So if you're unfortunate enough for either the buttons to stop working or for you to have a flat battery or anything like that, and you need to get into the boot, if the popper isn't working inside here, if this button stops, then what we can do is we can just lift this up and we can pull this handle here. Like so, that is a manual release. Now on a Roadster that's behind the driver's seat UK, there's a cubby panel. I'll try and insert a picture of that now, and that'll have a similar style lever that you can pull. And then once we're in the boot, again, if your filler cap's not working, if the button's not working, or again if you're out of electricity, sometimes you've got to do it more than once. Let's do that again. It's only because it's stiff. And then we can raise the boot. Okay, so yeah, if your fuel filler is also stuck, we're going to want to open this panel here, which a key works nicely for. It's not usually this stiff. There we go. And then look here, pull on this and we can raise the filler cap. So let's have a look at checking the oil level. You want to do this when the engine has been switched off for quite a while, because all the oil needs to drain down into the sump. Mine's been off for a couple of minutes. Ideally it needs to be off for a bit longer than that, but let me just show you anyway. So first thing we're going to do, take the dipstick out and give it a wipe, and then we're going to put it all the way back in, and then we're going to check the level. So on mine you can see that I'm within inside the hatchings, which is fine. The minimum is the bottom of the hatchings and the maximum is the top of the hatchings. You'd be amazed how many times I see people get this wrong, which is why I'm addressing it at this early stage for you. So inside here at the front, we've got a secondary water pump, and this is designed to be cooling the turbo down after you've been using the car, so after the ignition is switched off. So if this is running for 10 minutes after you turn the ignition off, don't worry, it's completely normal. If it's not making any noise like mine isn't, you've got a problem and it does need sorting. It could be the controller for it, it could be the pump itself. It's not uncommon for them to break down, so just get that looked into. It's not a matter of urgency, but just bear in mind that it is there for a reason. So let's imagine it's a sunny day. You've got your visor down, you've got the passenger visor down, but the sun's just creeping through up here. Well, we can pull the third visor down, and look at that. Just creates a more solid wall of blocking, because without that there, the sun can sometimes creep through there. Now, if you've got a Roadster, you won't have this, or if you've got garage controls, they would go here, so you wouldn't have this as well. But most TTs will have this, and you'd be amazed the amount of owners that 2 years into ownership still don't know that it exists. So that's why I'm telling you about that. So the vents on the Audi TT, nice circular design with the 8 dimples, which is a theme that's carried out through the rest of the vehicle. One of those dimples signifies when the vent is open and when the vent is closed. So unfortunately, with the TTs, there can be pixel damage on the dashboard. There can also be the gauges going out of sync with where they're supposed to be. I mean, for example, this isn't idling at 600 RPM, this is idling closer to 800, but this gauge is out. So if you're unsure and you think maybe your temperature gauge is out, then there is a useful way to confirm what the actual temperature is. So we're going to press that one, then that one, and we're going to use this left dial to scroll down to 49. That one there, and we're going to press this button again, and then we can see that our car is running at 83 degrees. Now, don't worry that that shows 90. That is weighted in the middle, so that anywhere between 82 and 98, something like that, it'll always show 90, because otherwise it would constantly be moving as the engine just fluctuates during normal operation. So that's the 49C, and we just press that again to come back out of it, and we've got full control over that. Now, there is other things in that menu. I've got a separate video on that, which you can check out for more things that you can do with that menu. Now, a useful feature that the TT, if it hasn't been programmed on yours, it can be programmed very easily with a very basic piece of software called VCDS. Lots of owners have got it on their laptops. But what you can do, press and hold the unlock, and the windows will drop by themselves. So if you're approaching your car on a hot day, you can start to ventilate before you get in the vehicle. And then when you're done and you're walking away from the car, press and hold, and they will close. And there you go. So as an active member of the TT Forum and Community Facebook page, I can honestly say that I see far too many posts about this next problem, which is why I'm addressing it for you now. And that is to do with the way the central locking can completely screw you over. So on the key, we've got unlock the boot, and we've got lock. So if we unlock the car and we open the door, if the window drops, the car knows that we've gone in, and so it won't relock itself. But if, and this does happen quite a lot, the window switch breaks down and it doesn't realise that the car has been opened, signified by this not dropping, then if we lock the car, so I'm going to unlock it, I'm going to open the door, I'm going to reach in and grab something because I've left something and I just wanted to, you know, grab it, and then I wanted to close the door. If we just wait, the car will relock itself. Oh. It literally just did it as I turned around to speak to you. But, so we can see, the car is locked again. Now let's just imagine for a second that as you were grabbing whatever you needed to grab, you happen to put the keys down by accident. Easy thing to do. Your keys are now stuck in the car. You cannot get them out. So if you've not got a spare, which by this point in life, a lot of the spare keys have gone missing, guess what? You're locked out of your car. So another way that I see this happen all too often is that someone will take advantage of the pop the boot option. They'll just open the boot and they'll try and grab something from inside, and you know, they're distracted, someone's speaking to them while they're doing it, whatever. They grab what they need, yeah, and they close the boot. But whoops, they left their keys inside. Oh no, they can't get their keys out. So again, very common way of that happening. So just be aware, keep your keys on you at all times, otherwise you might get locked out. So I hope that's been useful for you. New owners and old owners alike are hopefully going to have learned something from this video. If it has been useful for you, then make sure you hit subscribe, turn the notifications on, and you'll be alerted of any future videos that I do. I've also got a massive back catalogue of useful videos for you to watch as well. So if that has been helpful for you, stick a like, put some comments in there. It all helps just promote the channel, which helps get this out to more and more TT owners and help more people, which is what I'm all about. So until next time, I'll see you later. Cheers, guys.